Hello everyone, welcome back to Math 1314, more in math. This is Chapter 4, Section 3, Homework Assignments, Solutions. For the function f of x, x to the fourth minus 3x cubed plus x squared plus 4x plus 1449, use long division to determine whether x plus 7 is a factor. Okay, let me get the scratch paper out. This is x to the fourth, so it's a lot of steps. X to the fourth minus 3x cubed plus x squared plus 4x plus 1449. So we're seeing if x plus 7 is a factor. So look at the leading term. What times x gives me x to the fourth? X cubed. So x cubed times x is x to the fourth. X cubed times 7 is positive 7x cubed. Change the signs. And add. So those cancel. Negative 3, negative 7 is negative 10x cubed. Bring everything else down. X squared 4x plus 1449. What times x gives me negative 10x cubed? I need 2 more x's and a negative 10. So negative 10x squared times x is negative 10x cubed. Negative 10x squared times 7 is negative 70x squared. Change the signs and add. Those cancel. 70 plus 1 is 71x squared. Bring down everything else. What times x gives me 71x squared? Positive 71x. 71x times x is 71x squared. 71 times 7 is 497x. Change the signs and add. Negative 497, so 497 minus 4 is 493x. Bring down the 1449. So it's negative 493 times x is negative 493x. Negative and positive is a negative. 493 times 7 plus 493 times 7. 3 times 1 is 21. 63 plus 2, 65. 28 plus 6 is 34. Change the signs. Since it's not equal to 0, the answer is no. It is not a factor. Okay, the next one, using long division again. Is x plus 5 a factor? Let's see here. X plus 5 x cubed plus 6x squared plus 3x minus 10. So x times x squared gives me x cubed. X squared times 5 is 5x squared. Change the signs and add. Those cancel. 6 minus 5 is 1, so it's x squared. Bring down everything else. Plus 3x minus 10. X times positive x gives me x squared. So x times 5 is 5x. Change the signs. Negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2x minus 10. So what times x gives me negative 2x? Negative 2. Negative 2 times x is negative 2. So here. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Change the signs and add. So, yes, since the remainder is 0, it is a factor. And the other factor we're looking for is x squared plus x minus 2. A polynomial p of x and divisor d of x are given. Use long division to find the quotient and the remainder. Express p of x in the form that. Okay, so what we first have to do is that. Once we find the quotient, then we rearrange it. So first do that. So x plus 4, it's x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 64. X times x squared is x cubed. X times x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 4 is 4x squared. Change the signs and add. Those cancel. Negative 4x squared plus 0x minus 64. What times x gives me negative 4x squared? Negative 4x. Notice how on the answer, the exponents always get smaller, x squared. So that's a good indication. Negative 4x times x is negative 4x squared. Negative 4x times 4 is negative 16x. Change the signs and add. 16 plus 0 is 16x. Bring down the 64. What times x gives me 16x? Positive 16. 16 times x is 16x. 16 times 4 is 64. Change the signs and add. So there's our quotient. X squared minus 4x plus 16 minus 0. There's no remainder. That's the remainder. Same thing, use long division. So we have x plus 2 x to the fourth plus 0 x cubed, but there's no x cubed, minus 2x squared plus 0x minus 8. What times x gives me x to the fourth? X cubed. X cubed times x is x to the fourth. X cubed times 2 is 2x cubed. Change the signs. Those cancel. 2x cubed, no, negative 2x cubed plus 0, so it's negative 2x cubed. Bring down everything else. Minus 2x squared plus 0x minus 8. What times x gives me negative 2x cubed? Negative 2x squared. Negative 2x squared times x is negative 2x cubed. Negative 2x squared times 2 is negative 4x squared. Change the signs and add. 4 minus 2 is 2. Bring down everything else. Plus 0x minus 8. What times x gives me 2x squared? It's a positive, so it's positive 2x. Positive 2x times x is positive 2x squared. Positive 2x times 2 is positive 4x. Change the signs. Those cancel. 0 minus 4 is minus 4x minus 8. What times x gives me negative 4x? It's negative 4. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Change the signs. So x cubed minus 2x squared plus 2x minus 4 go inside there, and no remainder. Use synthetic division. Tell me the quotient and the remainder. Alright, so remember, this part here have to set equals, so we're using x equals negative 2. So it's negative 2. And the coefficients, we have x cubed, x squared, x, and a constant. So we have 1, negative 2, there's no x's, 0, negative 5. Bring down the first one. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 is negative 4. Negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. 0 plus 8 is 8. Negative 2 times 8 is negative 16. Negative 21. So the remainder is negative 21 over x plus 2. And the quotient, since we start off with x cubed, this answer is x squared and x, and there's your constant. So it's x squared minus 4x plus 8. Use synthetic division again. Again, this one's going to be x equals negative 2. X cubed, x squared, x, and a constant. So it's 4, 2, negative 4, negative 4. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. 8's bigger, so it's negative. 8 minus 2 is 6. Negative 2 times negative positive 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. Negative 2 times 8 is negative 16. So let's add those, you get negative 20. Use an integer or decimal, so integer is negative 20. And the quotient, this is, since it started off with x cubed, this one's x squared, this one's x, and that one's, so it's 4x squared minus 6x plus 8. Yeah, so whatever's on the bottom here, start off with the one less than the highest exponent of your numerator and go down. Use synthetic division with a fraction. Because what this one's going to look like, remember, so we're going to have 1 over 8. So it's 8, 0, 9, 0, negative 1. This is x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x squared, x, and constant. One over 8 times 8 is 1. 1 over 8 times 8. 8's cancel, so it's 1. Add those, we get 1. 1 over 8 times 1 is 1 over 8. 1 over 8 plus 9 is 1 over 8 plus 72 over 8, which is 73 over 8. One over 8 times 73 over 8 is, so multiply top by top, 73. 8 times 8 is 64. So it's 73 over 64. One over 8 times 73 is 64. 1 times 73 is 73. 8 times 64. 8 times the bottom. 60, 32. 48 is divided by 512. 73, 512 minus 1. So it's 1, same thing as 512 over 512. So the bottom's going to be 512. 512, top's going to be negative since bigger's negative. 512 minus 73. 9. So it's 439. So your remainder is 439 over 512, and this is your quotient. So it's 8, since it's x to the 4th, x cubed, plus x squared, it's 1x squared, plus 73 over 8x plus 73 over 64. That was an ugly one. Okay, you have to pause the video and watch that one over. I'll try to keep away from fractions in the future. Alright, find f of 4, negative 5, and 7. So that means just plug those in there. So the first one, anywhere I see an x, I put a 4. 4 cubed minus 16 times 4 squared plus 83 times 4 minus 4. 4 cubed, 4 times 4 is 64. 4 squared is 16. 16 times 16 is 96, 6, 1, 256. So it's minus 256 plus 332. 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 1 is 33. (332 plus 64 is 396. So it's negative 256 plus 396. Let's see what that's going to be. Next one's negative 5. Negative 5 cubed minus 16 negative 5 squared plus 83 times negative 5 minus 140. So negative 5 cubed is negative 125. Negative negative is a positive. 16 times 5 is 80. 83, positive negative is negative. 83 times 5 is 415 minus 140. So this would be 140. 25, 415. So this will be negative 600. This would be negative 555 negative 680 plus 80 is negative 600. And at 7, so 7 cubed minus 16 times 7 squared plus 83 times 7 minus 140. So we have 7 cubed so that's 343 143. 16 times 49. 748 minus 748 plus 83 times 7 581 minus 140. So 343 plus 581 equals 924. Those are the positives. 748 and 140. It's a negative 888. So equals a negative 36. Yeah, it's just all number crunching. Use synthetic division to find the factor values, then check f of 2. Okay. Let's see this one. So our function is x to the fourth minus x to the cubed minus 17x squared plus 50x minus 24. Use synthetic division to find the function value, then check your work using a graphing calculator. So it's saying f of 2. Okay, so let's use 2. So x to the fourth is 1, negative 1, negative 17, 50, negative 24. Bring down the 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 17 minus 2 is 15. So it's negative 15. 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. 50 minus 30 is 20. 2 times 20 is 40. 40 minus 24 is 16. So there's our remainder. Which means if we put 2 inside this equation, anywhere we see an x, put a 2. We should come up with 16 as an answer. So 2 to the fourth. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. 2 to the third is 8. 2 squared is 4. And write the rest of it down. Okay, we have 16 minus 8. Positive times negative is negative. 17 times 4 is 68. 50 times 2 is 100. Minus 24. So the positives, we have 116, so it's 116. And the negatives, 68 plus 8 is 76. 76 plus 24 is 100. No, it's 16. Yep, they check. Answer is 16. Use synthetic division to determine whether the numbers are zeros of the polynomial. So is -2 a zero of 1, 2, 2, -8, +3? -2 times 1 is -2. That's 0. -2 times 0 is 0. +2 is 2. -2 times 2 is -4. So it's -12. Negative is a positive. 2 times 12 is 24. So, since it's not 0, no. So it's not a 0. Therefore, x plus 2 is not a factor. And the next one is 1. So we have 1, 2, 2, -8, and 3. Those are all the coefficients. Bring down the first one. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 1 times 5 is 5. -8, so it's -8 minus 5 is 3. 1 times -3 is -3. Plus 3 is 0. Since 1 is a 0, that means x minus 1 is a factor. Since we got a 0 as a remainder. And the last one. Factor the polynomial, then solve the equation for f of x equals 0. In other words, we have to find all the zeros. So f of x equals x to the 4th minus 2x cubed minus 12x squared plus 40x minus 32. So what this is saying is we have to start off and go down the list. And see which one of these are factors. In other words, in this one, we use synthetic division. So is -1 a factor? Is 1, -2, 2, -3, 3, and so on and so forth. We have to come up with 4 factors. Let's try the first one. -1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's 1. So this is x to the 4th coefficient, x to the 3rd coefficient, x squared, x, and a constant. So 1, -2, -12, 40, minus 32. Bring down the first one. -1 times 1 is -1. Add these. -2 plus -1 is -3. -1 times -3 is +3. So 12 is bigger. 12 minus 3 is 9. Negative, negative is a positive. 1 times 9 is 9. 49. Negative 49 makes it negative 81. So, x plus 1 is not a factor. Let's try the next one. 1, negative 2, negative 12, 40, negative 32. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 12 plus negative 1 is negative 13. 1 times negative 13 is negative 13. 40 minus 13 is 27. 1 times 27 is 27. 27 minus 32 is negative 5. So no. Let's try negative 2. 1, negative 2, negative 12, 40, negative 32. And then next one we're going to try, if we need to, will be that one. Bring down the 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus negative 2 is negative 4. Negative is a positive. 2 times 4 is 8. So it's positive 8. So it's negative 12 minus 8 is 4. Negative is a positive. 2 times 4 is 8. 48. So that's not going to work either because that's already too big. It's negative 96, which makes it 128. So that's not going to work. How about the next one? 1, negative 2, negative 12, 40, negative 32. Bring down the first one. 2 times 1 is 2. Subtract those, you get 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Negative 12 plus 0 is negative 12. Negative 12 times 2 is negative 24. So 40 minus 24 is 16. 2 times 16 is 32, 0. So that means x minus 2 is a solution. So now all we have to do now is look at this polynomial. This is x cubed, x squared, x, and a constant. Since we've tried the other ones, they don't work, so let's keep on going. At negative 3. So we're going to have 1, 0, negative 12, and 16. Bring down the first one. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 plus 0 is negative 3. Negative is a positive. 3 times 3 is 9. 12 is bigger. 12 minus 9 is 3. Negative is a positive. So that's not a 0. No. Try positive 3, because we're looking at this factor. 1 minus, 1, 0. Negative 12, 16. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. No. So we'll try negative 4. 1, 0, 1, 0, negative 12, 16. Bring down the first one. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4, plus 0 is negative 4. Negative and negative is a positive. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 12 is 4. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. So that means x plus 4 is another solution. So that means is x squared, x, and a constant. So we're looking at x squared minus 4x plus 4. Now we don't have to go anymore with that process. We can just factor this one out if possible. So will it factor? They're both the same. They're both minus. What times what is 4? When you add them, you get 4. 2 and 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 plus 2. So our factors are x minus 2, x plus 4, x minus 2, x minus 2. And a good check of this thing. Remember, our equation was x to the 4th minus 2x cubed, 12x squared, 40x minus 32. Let's look at the first and last terms. The first term, x times x times x times x is x to the 4th. Now the last term, negative 2 times 4 times negative 2 times negative 2. 1, 2, 3 negative, so it's negative. That's a good sign. 2 times 4 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2, 32. Yep. So our factor is x minus 2 cubed, x plus 4 to the first. So our solutions are 2 and negative 4. So the factorization, x minus 2, x minus 2, x minus 2, x plus 4, which is x minus 2 cubed, x plus 4, and the solutions are 2 and negative 4. Remember, these are the multiplicities, which means our graph will cross at those points since they're odd. All right, that's that homework assignment. Good luck.